last thing to do before assembly. I'm going to take my X-Acto and we're gonna cut some shallow lines in here to bring out some of these details. If I can find the parts that I need. Oh, there's one. Hold it. There. Nope. Come on. So I'm going to cut this out, and then I can trace around that with a pen. Now, next we're going to cut. I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to make small holes in the middle of these dots so that I can get a bit of a pen in there. Okay, that's on the ground. Yeah, there we go. I'm actually getting more use out of these templates than I thought I would. I thought I would have to reprint most, if not all of them, at least once. But I've only had to reprint one. All right, I guess we'll just cut these in now. So now, when I hit this with a heat gun to seal it, all of these cuts are going to spread apart and make nice looking seams. The next thing I'm going to add are the little rivet holes in both the receiver and the grip and stock. And to do that, I'm going to use my rotary tool and plunge the tip of this sanding drum into the foam. Headlamps are great when you need to get up close and can't get light in there. Yeah, those are good little rivet holes. Now the part where all that tedious cutting pays off. I think the safest pieces to start with are going to be these ejection ports because they don't protrude, so they're not going to affect the way the gun sits on the table. And they're really easy to stick on because we just put some glue in there and then push it in and then it sticks. See, that's easy. I don't want to dent it, so I'm going to use this little foam pusher on this one. Stop getting glue on yourself, Tom. I'm gonna go ahead and put the grip on next. Okay, I want to fill this hole with epoxy and then contact cement everything else. I think that's the best way to do that. That's not good. Pretty sure I gave the cement enough time to dry, but it's still acting like it didn't get enough. So I'm gonna have to use some super glue to get these edges down because that cement didn't want to stick. The stock next, I guess. Might want 2 applications of the cement on this one. That might have been the problem with the grip. I'm going to stick a piece of paper over this because if those pieces touch, that cement's going to stick, and I don't want them to touch prematurely while I'm lining this part up. Now, take this off and I can line these up nicely. And now, the California compliant stock piece is attached. So I guess I could take this to San Diego Comic-Con now if I wanted to. Okay, after getting that stuck on, I don't like this little bit of flex, so I'm gonna take this opportunity to shove a wood dowel in there. Don't, oh, come on, don't cure now. Yeah, really should have seen that coming. For this little piece that goes in the crotch of the stock here, I decided to make it out of ABS plastic instead of foam because it's going to add some more rigidity to the stock, which I knew it was going to need because it's just free-floating, soft gray foam there. So that's going to go right there. For this top sight mount, this is going to stick on there. I'm going to drill a hole in, mount this dowel in there. I'm going to leave a little bit sticking out, and then I'll sand that down flush with the top. That way this ABS can also stick to that rod and keep it nice and sturdy. Come on, stop wandering. Just stop that. Just drill. Thank you. Okay. Found the other dowel in there. This time I'm not going to do the super glue trick because last time that tried to set up on me before I was ready. We'll use epoxy. I think that's the way to do these. If I need any kind of working time at all, it's got to be epoxy. But if I want the glue to set up quick, then I will also use epoxy because super glue doesn't set up quick when you want it to. Only when you don't want it to. So really there's almost no use for super glue at all. It's pretty worthless, and I'm actually kind of angry at it. You hear that, super glue? I hate you. I'm going to give that epoxy a few minutes to set up, and then I'm going to take it to the sander and sand it flush. All right, so now we've got this nice flush top. I'm going to cover that with super glue and stick this on. I looked at my super glue bottle, so of course there's super glue on my fingers. Now I've got to get all these little pieces on. Still wet super glue. The barrel and gas tube were just done in my big shop out of wren shape. That looks straight. That looks pretty straight. This is all the assembly that I'm going to do before sealing the foam with Plasti Dip. If I put any more pieces on, it's going to be hard to get paint in the places that it needs to be. So this is about as assembled as it's going to get until we're finished painting.